Political campaign strategist Julius Laar is with us here in our studio. Hi, Julius. You worked on both Obama campaigns, 2008, 2012. You know Iowa well, and you just got back from there, I understand. What kind of buzz was there around which candidates?
I mean, it was tremendous energy in Iowa. I traveled all across the state, saw all the candidates, with the exception of Bernie Sanders. But the energy in Iowa, I mean, there are volunteers everywhere, people knocking on doors. You can't turn on the TV without at least 10 TV spots coming on for all the different campaigns, online advertising, direct mail. I mean, it's all over the place. I will say that at all the events, one of the things that stood out, Bernie Sanders was still in Washington last week to be on the Senate floor hearing and debating about the impeachment.
Right.
And 4,000 people gathered outside of Des Moines without the candidate even being there. So that just sort of shows to you the type of energy and the type of excitement that's in there.
He carries a lot of sway, that's for sure.
Certainly.
What about Elizabeth Warren? This is someone a lot of people are talking about. What was the energy like around her?
So she flew in late after the vote in Washington on Friday night and did a rally in Des Moines at around 10:30, and the place was just packed. She came out there, gave a speech for about 15, 20 minutes. And in the end, listening to all those candidates, they all made one prime argument. Of course, they said what they're for and what they stand for. But most importantly, they all made the argument that they're best equipped to beat Donald Trump in the fall, right? So this is what most people I talk to also care about. It's like, who is best equipped and who is capable of beating Donald Trump? Democrats in Iowa, they're scared. They just don't want to see Donald Trump anymore, so that's what they're looking for.
What is it going to take? What is it going to take for Democrats to put together a strategy to beat Donald Trump, and who is the best candidate for that at this point?
So I'm not going to sit here and say this is the best equipped candidate.
Yeah.
I think it is obviously that whoever comes out of this process, whether it's Bernie Sanders or Elizabeth Warren on the more progressive lane, sort of talking about a political revolution, or whether you go with Joe Biden, Pete Buttigieg, who are more on the moderate lane, you know, they will need to figure out how they can tie an argument of moving forward and actually changing things for the better compared to all the weaknesses that Donald Trump has exposed over the last couple of years. So, of course, Trump is going to make an argument that the economy is growing, that unemployment is down. I think what Democrats will need to do, they need to tear into his support and actually make an argument to all those people who voted for Trump in 2016 that, in fact, Donald Trump hasn't been working for them. He's worked for the corporations. Remember the tax cuts. I think that is one of the arguments that I've seen throughout this week, that people say, well, Trump is not really working for you. He stood out and started out his campaign saying, I'm here for the average American, when, in fact, he has been working for the big corporates. That's one of the arguments that I've heard Democrats made, and I think that's something that voters have been responding to in Iowa.
All right, political campaign strategist Julius Laar with us here in studio. Thanks for your analysis.
Thank you.